Got a what-if question. Pretty basic. Terry, I'll start with you. What if the Lions lose? Is it over? Like, was this all fugazi? Was this all fake? What if they lose, man?
If they lose, then this whole thing is just what the Lions do. It's what they do on occasion. They tease you, and then right when it's time to make the big leap to something good or great, then they fall apart. This is what happens if they lose this game. Because they lose this game, they're going to lose in Green Bay, won't make the playoffs, to be below 500. And the ugly history of the Detroit Lions will rear its ugly head again if they lose.
I don't see it like that, man, because it's different. And you know what?
But D-Mac, is it different,
I would
though?
say is that the oven to what is cooked at the end of the season, right? You can do better. You've improved. Look at everything you got. You can't, everything we talked about, your draft capital, your salary cap of what this team is. Technically, Neil, from a 3-win team to an 8-win team or a 9-win team, the fact we're even talking about playoffs this deep in the season, a must-win at home.
No, honey bun. If they lose, they can't win 9 games. The question is, if they lose,
it's still okay, to your point, even if they only win 8 games or 7 games.
So you're cool. Even if they lose, you're cool.
It changes. The clock will go out. It's an oven, right? It'll be baked. Now, it may not be further down the road, 75, as we use an analogy as it is, but you can't say it's the same thing. They didn't. It's the same thing, and they didn't finish. But it's not the same thing going into next year. I don't hold it like it's the end of the world. It's not the end of the world to me. There it is. It's not the end of the world. It'll be disappointing, but I've seen the good things that have been done and the setup for moving forward. So I'll be disappointed, but then it's more, to Terry's point, it's more of a facade that they got to get things in place, because there's no way they should lose this game.
We all agree that the future is bright because of the young guys, but if they lose these 2 next games, it is this is no different than what the Lions have done for the last 30 years.
It would feel the same. It would, for real.
It would be. Because they've stumbled and lost 3 games in a row and finished 9 and 7.
So I'm not going to allow myself, because things have changed. Just like when you said you went to the first Wings game and watched it, just how things have changed. So I'm not going to get back in. I'll be disappointed. But what I don't know if I expect them to win a playoff game. To depend, like, you know what I'm saying? It's where we're at right now. I'm happy because we've progressed and we got out of the mud, and we're going to move forward with what we have. Yes, it could feel like the past, but I'm not going to let it ruin my parade.
Right here, right now, do you expect them to make the playoffs?
Yes.
It was a long pause.
Right, because I expect them to win today, and I expect that this Green Bay game will tell you everything that if this getting punched in the face of Carolina mattered or whatever, but you got to worry about this game at hand, which I think that if it's everything we think they are, they will take care of it like we say they will.
They are. But if they don't, aren't you saying, what the hell?
They got more room, because here's the one thing, guys, right? What did we think was really improved over that winning streak? The defense. It's not. Okay? It's not. You don't have a second to, you do. It's more of a facade than anything else, in my opinion. So the fact that it's going to break you down, that's what's going to keep you, because you can be able to put the points on the board. So the fact that what we saw, is that real or is that not? Can you fix it? Can they bounce? Can they avoid the things? Can they learn the lessons? So it's all part. I gotta let the clock go out. It's on a different. They've already proven to me that they're a different team.
The defense did improve, because at the beginning we were talking about the defense historically bad. It wasn't just bad.
Well, last game it was historically bad. How do I know? Because Carolina set a franchise record.
That's okay, a good point. But didn't they play like 6 or 7 other games where that defense?
Well, they got better, but it's not if it's a facade or not. They got improvements still to make. You know, obviously getting guys healthy, figuring out where things are. So I'm not going to go back to, it's the same old Lions, because they've improved, right? I was worried that we were going to be 3 wins, that this wasn't the right regime and the right guy. I'm sure that it is. Need to
and the clock's not even up yet.
What's that?
And the clock's not even up yet.
Well, the clock's not done and the oven's done. So So to my point, I guess I'll have to wait to see how it plays out, Terry, because my pause lends me to believe that I'm still.
Sure,
but I'm not going back to same old lines. Does that make sense?
No, that's fair.
If the worst case scenario from this point forward happens, then it is same old Lions.
They are who we thought they
it
were.
happens. Now we're not expecting it to happen, but if we roll on in here Monday and like, damn, they just got trucked.
But when's the last time we needed to win 2 games to get in the playoffs or to be in this position in this conversation?
2016.
You know this, man.
I know we usually do the late season run, but when we're out of it, we got to worry about everybody else controlling our destiny, not us controlling our own.
No.
That's
the Lions have also stumbled at the end of seasons.
Yes,
I remember the
6-2.
The 6-2. Mike Fury, who's a
arena football legend,
right? But he was a defensive player. They moved to wide receiver. When they were 6-2, before we were in the locker room, and before he left, he said, "Media, you can kiss our ass." As soon as he said that, I said, "Y'all ain't making the playoffs."
Here's the reality, Neil.
You got knocked
The
up
reality
now, man.
is Dan Campbell's put himself in a position that he hasn't been in. And how many times have we seen him as a coach be in a position that he hasn't been in, not succeed or fail to come back? So this might be the disappointing end of the season, but to me, it doesn't take away from the progress made this season.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Steven Syrett says if they lose, it'll take another year for them to prove they aren't the same old Lions. Stephen Baffy says overall, I'm encouraged by the run that they went on. Chief says we're on the right track, and that's. I'll be disappointed, especially if you lose to the Bears. It's the record and it's being at home. And it's all that, because I get the feeling even if they win this game, I still don't think they're gonna go to the playoffs.
So isn't the question that is this game the game that proves to you it's not same old Lions? Because if they take care of it, I
got to be consistent though, D-Mac, because to prove it's not the same old Lions, you got to go to the NFL playoffs.
You got to go
man.
take something.
Yeah, you got to. That's it.
Yeah.
That you know what? Damn it, that's the best way I've heard it. You want to say it's not same old Lions? You go take something.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Green Bay with a playoff spot on the line, and you bust them in the mouth.
Yep.
That's how you prove it's not same
You
old
guys
Lions.
trying to jump steps. You guys are doing a great jump box step.
That's the line, D-Mac.
No, I understand that's your line. That's not my line.
It's gonna be
my
like
my
that.
Line, hey, I know you like to move the post, but mine.
Oh yeah, here we go. Even my own friend, Darren McCarty.
No, you
to be your
don't.
own
But no.
people.
So your expectations are what? I guess that's what.
I
What
don't
do you
expect
accept?
it now. I don't expect it now. But that's you want to bury SOL. You bury it when you go take something.
Right, exactly. So unless they won't bury SOL unless they win these last 2 games and get in the playoffs. But there's improvements. So you've changed. Things have changed. I just don't think that this first time around, because when I've seen Dan Campbell in first time around situations, he hasn't gone through with it, right? He hasn't succeeded. He's failed. But he's learned from it and he's come back and succeeded further on down the road.